we were talking about the turnout. How is the turnout out there so far?
The turnout is exceptional. I think we're heading towards about a 95% turnout for this precinct, which is, yes, that's that's a lot of people. We've never had. I don't remember going back to 2004 when I was started a committee person here. I don't remember seeing maybe more than 20 people in line, even for a presidential election. So to see 90 people this morning at 8 o'clock was amazing. And it's been pretty steady all day. We have right now just about 15 people in line, but uh, that's about as short of the line's been all day. So, and we still have, I'm sure, quite a few more voters coming in. Yeah, a very good turnout. My other precincts, that the ones I've heard, have said that they're about the same. Everybody's running. Every voter you can possibly pull out of their house and bring down here, that's where they are.
So when I said that you're the zone leader, what exactly does that mean? What exactly are your responsibilities as the zone leader out in Oxgrove?
Well, if you look at this map, I can show you the whole southern part of Chester County right here. This big blue area, that's us. Okay, so we're about a third of the county geographically, but it's very pretty much a lot of rural. We have the borough of Oxford and the borough of West Grove, which is how we get our Oxgrove name, from the south up to the north, and that's who we are. So it's 20 precincts. If you look at Westchester, for example, there are, I think, 10 or 12 precincts. Tredyffrin has 16. That's one township or one borough. We're we represent 18 different townships. So yeah, so it's we're really spread out. I mean, and we have four of the largest precincts in the county. New London, for example, a little bit further south, has nearly 6,000 voters. So that's that's far more than really anybody else in the county in terms of an individual precinct.
Now,
So it's big, but it's still primarily Republican and primarily rural.
now, I would imagine with it being so rural, is voting by mail just popular in general out there? I mean, I know that we had vote by mail before it was set up before COVID-19. So I was just wondering, was that a big popular thing out there before all of this, before it became like a necessity?
Well, so you're talking really the primary, because the primary election was the first one where anybody had the opportunity to vote by mail. Before that, if you wanted to vote absentee, you actually had to provide a reason, for the state law, the new state law 177 that changed everything in terms of how our elections are running. So I can't really speak except to before June. Uh, I can say that we're about average with the entire county in terms of the percentage and number of mail-in voters. So, in my particular precinct here has a little over 1,000 voters, and to put it in perspective, we have about 350 Democrats or so. 247 Democrats filed for mail-in ballot, so all but about 100. And I've seen plenty of Democrats here, so that's why I'm convinced we're going to have we're going to be over 90% for turnout, and we may hit 95%. So like everyone's this it's not an understatement to say that a lot of people feel this is the most important election of their lifetime. And certainly during the most disruptive year anyone could possibly imagine. So you put all that together with Donald Trump and you've got trauma. So I think we'll all be glad when this is over.
Oh yeah, I think we all will. Now, before you go, because I know you're busy, you got to take care of your zone. Um, what would you say to people out there, that are thinking about getting involved and they want to maybe, because I think this is where we got cut off at the last time. Um, what should they do if they want to, you know, get involved, be a part of this? Because it's more, the thing that people forget is it's more than just in a 1 day a year, right? Like, I mean, that's kind of the lowest barrier to entry. But there is a lot of things that people can do to be part of the effort. What would you say to someone who's maybe looking into getting into that?
Well, obviously, we're always looking for committee people, although we're more full than we've ever been. But the Oxgrove zone has got four different groups that we use for outreach and for community involvement. So we encourage people to come and learn about the issues. Whether it be climate change or down here, CWA is very big. The the uh, the issue in terms of who's going to provide water and whether or not Big Bad Aqua is going to steal the Chester Water Authority. That's big news down here. Up in your area, it's more pipeline perhaps. So, we try to tune in with what's of interest to people around here and see if we can get them involved.
Last.
We have Lincoln University is in our district, so that's typically 1,000 Democratic votes coming out of Lincoln. And this year, they only were able to register 250 students because there's very few people on campus, and most people then ended up registering from their home. So, it's a challenging year in terms of total number of Democratic votes in our zone. But we're doing what we can, and the best way to do it is to keep people involved. We have in a joint project we have with the Kennett Democrats is we have something called the Be the Change Scholarship, which goes $1,000 to every school district around here, an essay winner on how they want to be the change, how they represent the change, and what they think how they think they can make a difference. So we do what we can to get involved and to let people understand we're not the bad guys down here. We're the good guys.
Last question before I let you go. We talk about how crazy this year is. Now that we're more than halfway through election day, what is your vision for next year? What do you think next year is going to look like?
Every cycle's different, but it's next year is municipal offices, a couple of county offices. It's going to be a challenge, I think, to keep the energy that we have from this year because Donald Trump is such a big balloon that when the air is all let out of it, there's not going to be quite the energy left. But we will do what we can. The demographics keep changing, and that's important. As you know, countywide, the demographics have clearly changed, and that's happening down here too. I know that most of the Republican voters in this precinct are old. They're over 60. They're over 70. And as I look at the line here, I see young people, and I see that as an opportunity because of issues like the environment, climate change. I think that's getting the younger voters engaged has always been a challenge, always will be a challenge. But during these times, it's a little bit easier because they can see how government can make a difference to them, where they maybe couldn't see that a few years ago.
No, I agree, and I have, as a member of the millennial generation, I actually have a lot of hope for us. I think that I think in the primary we had record turnout, and I think it's gonna again this time we're gonna show up. So if you haven't gotten out to the polls yet, they are open. You can go vote right now. You can help us put Joe Biden over the top here in Pennsylvania because look, how many times have you been on TV and people are complaining about how some voters have a disproportional power than other voters, right? It should be equal, but it isn't. Well, this time around, we are the ones with the disproportional power. We are the ones, if you live in Chester County, you have a lot more, your vote carries a lot more weight than someone in California. So, exercise that. We have this year, it's really on us to decide who the next president of the United States of America is going to be. And, if you go out to your poll, you can talk to someone like Russ. There's people at every single one of our polling places, and they'll be able to give you information if you do want to get more involved or if you just have questions about our candidates. They should be able to help you out. So thank you very much, Russ. I appreciate it.
Thanks. See you, Kyle.